Damn, I don't know. Fuck. I hope I have a better PC and I have PP with even Watsons. Yeah. Woo. Sucker. Many emotions. Sure, I can sleep because you wake me up. Not right times. Yeah, learn US law. Civil case, civil law. 20 civil law books for free PDF. I can remember there is like but I can access this one uscode.house.gov. So like I don't know, archive. This to be uh, set VPN and then you will be enter this to easy to doing that. So find PDF another place. Civil law USA PDF. This the possible way. If it's somebody else book, sorry, bro. The general principle of law and their nature, rules, and legitimacy. Wow, this philosophy, yeah. All lectures, note, and introductions of private civil law. Research paper, lectures, note 2011. Where is that? Yeah, not even America. So fuck. This is philosophy. When books about civil law system. Law, judicial design, modern emergence. What is this? Sergeant Desert Koch Junior. I still remember. I read it and like there's list of title. Yeah, like blah 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 blah. I can't remember. I just can't remember the sign. It's American sign. The government sign usually. American Career in a Civil Law Jurisdictions. The Yale Law Journal. This is journals or the pages like that. Civil crimes, provisions. Miscellaneous. Just remember the number. It's easy, buddy. You to remember it, because like it's not like thousands or something like that. Should be, yeah. Should be a lot closer, yeah. My God. Americans. Civil law. They moved to criminal law there. So the civil law, if you spend money, you can say, I will pay it later or something. Yeah. Till end you're not gonna pay it. Wow, crazy. This kind of type of loophole that being used by MLM and Co. Crazy. You don't believe that? Here's the thing, I will pay it, bro. Yeah, like, bro, paid it, bro. Why did I paid it? According to civil law, and then, so long I said I will pay it, bro. And I mean that become criminal law when in such a degree. But it's just 30 bucks a week, bro. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What is illegal? U.S. Court Federal Rules Criminal. Not this one, bro. Example. No, criminal law 6 cities. Oh, and archive for that. There's a buzzing sound like fuck. Whoa, 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 whoa. From the William Wilson 6 citizens criminal law. Yeah, let's learn this word and then a law, criminal law, property law, employment law, a law, family law, tort law, contract law, many law, and then some law. This criminal law. It's Will Wilson's. Yay! And context, understanding criminal law, decision to criminalize punishments, actus reus, causations, mens rea, like diarrhea, and then strict liability. What's the difference between mens rea and then diarrhea? I don't know. Yay! How long we gonna read it? Oh, depends on how you will listening to me. Oh, and then after that, let's battle with everyone. Yay! Is that we can find the loophole? No one knows. Introductions. Understanding criminal law. 3. Question 3. What is the criminal law? What is the concern of the criminal law? The support of public interest, support of private interest. But they gotta be like the judge have those bias that, and then it can be put as a value to judge. Like fuck, this is like why the judge not based on just text, pretext or something like that. No, yeah, why it's like I have my own just shit with the justice system. So I mean, it's based on tech. I believe we can game it. I mean, if not, we need to pay them. Like, yeah. So yeah, same. Woohoo! Let's be criminals. It's gonna be criminal 101. So yeah. Welcome to class. You start from zero. I know nothing. You know nothing. We never met you, or we never met before. So like, yeah. Uh, for that would be great. Start from preference. This is the sixth edition of criminal law. A number. Yeah, nobody fucking cares. Yeah, that's amazing. Amazing. Publisher knowledge. You're amazing. Can read it free. Like, you know, it's archive problem. Yeah, not my fault. Yeah. Yeah. A territorial reference. Busy territorial. Thompson. Hey, this is from. Nobody cares. Next. That was fucking long. How long it is? 500 probably. Yeah. The act. What? Yeah, probably like a cut for. Yeah. Kidding. Sadly. Oh, that's 685. Tables. Status. Introductions. Oh, empty. Nice. This page intentional left blank. Introduction. Oh, geez. First, understanding criminal law. 685. Basically, just like Obama books with pictures. Yeah. And some random. Yeah, like that. They written like this. Proficiency. What is proficiency? Just read it. In criminal law involves a number of different skills and competencies. It requires knowledge of the rules, the element of criminal offense. There's comedians ever before read uh great the Great Gatsby. We break the record. We read this one. And hopefully the target was there's a question letter. The target is like we understand the criminal law are to be found. It requires knowledge of rules of evidence and procedures. It requires an ability to identify the rules applicable to a fact. Oh, identifying the rules applicable to facts. I thought identifying the problem and then you find the solutions. The solution was based on the rules on the books. This is wrong. Like fact situations and to apply them logically. If you identify the rules, why you identifying the rules? Like you control F find tasks and something like that. Oh, fine here. So like why? Applying them logically and currently attaining this layer competence. Yeah. So find many law with their numbers or that, and then put in the same PDF, Control F, tax, and then like that. What did you find? Let's say kit, and then tang. Ah, we found it here, motherfucker. I said, yeah, and so like that. So yeah, that's how to make it faster. So this is wrong. This is the book is less credibility right now. It's written by baby. Yeah, identify the rules apply. Was it any occurrence? Yeah, the explanation not wrong was like fact situation and applying the logically and coherently. Attaining this I still believe I always win. It's necessary to discharge effectively the day-to-day tasks of a criminal lawyer, solicitor, advocate, or judge. However, true mastery requires something further. It required also critical and evaluative attitude. The criminal law, in an essence, is not just a matter of doctrines. Criminal law doctrine has as its purpose. Whoa. The deliverer of criminal justice. Now we know who love doctrines, yeah. And the criminal justice is contingent outcome in a which rule. Nicely done, Wilson. Yeah, Wilson. Yeah. Walter. And the contact. Oh, it's close to the. Yeah. Next, I'll play their part. It is not simply a logical description of what happens when rules meet prohibited event. You know. Understanding criminal law require. Hey, they know me, bro. He's like he put it. They will appreciate how the working and constitutions of the criminal justice system require an understanding of the resource of the criminal law to produce substantive justice. My eyes still good, bro. Like it's probably like 40, 80, 80, 80 zero, 80 zero is super fucking tiny, and I can still read nice. In the mechanical uh, applications of given rule of facts, I should not be cocky, so like something is missed. So this is requested dangers of wicked person are confident. Someone in the dangers nor plain worry according to ordinary standard. B. The law may be considered not only an S but confounding its own rationale. Is as and understanding put after comma understanding rationally is also therefore necessary preliminary. Basically, they're building locks and they're not that bad. Yeah, it's good. To understanding the law itself, since it will inform the realistic appreciations of what we can be argue and what cannot, and it is not basic. It's good, by the way. I'm watching the law. Some of the first time I watched it, that was like, who's that guy? I can't remember. Gavin Newsom, and then but that required ID or not something. Hey, and here is still written down a required ID. To know what the law is, a mere required understanding on how to produce cogent and principal argument of change. What is cogent? Cogent. To know and say, right? And I hate their new vocabulary. It's like cogent, like strong, strong, appealing, and appealing, cogent, nice, appealing, the text seeks to examine the rules of criminal law in an evaluative context. No one used this word, believe it. It's concerned itself with what makes a crime, but at a theoretical level and at the level individual offense is addressed what the law is and for the point of view of the ideas, principle, and policy informing it. As I wanted out to be in chapters 1 until 3, we will explore some general matter which will help to inform such an evaluative attitude. In chapter 2, the principle an idea informing decisions to criminalize will be considered what it is say that a rather incitement to radical hatred criminal offense incitement to sexual hatred and matter of most personal morality. In a sexual and racial discriminations, a subject of redress only under the civil law. Chapter 3 examining punishments and the the theories used to justify it. Although this is the subject's matter, it's on discrete disciplines named penology. Some understanding subject matter is on discrete discipline named penology. Like so, examine punishment and their theories used to justify it. Penology. Penalty and logy. What nice. Whoa, some understanding. This Necessary from the student criminal law, it's provided a basis for subjecting the rule of criminal law to effective critical security. Plano, I know, not plano, penology. If we have clear idea of why we punish, we are in a, because we not learning to be a professors, we learning to be how to use the law itself, at least defending our right and defending Could be fun. Uh, just need to understand the epidemiology or something like that, and then the uh, the philosophy, and then etc. The ethics still needed, and then but the easiest part you learn the philosophy because you can debate it. According to this philosophy, you think of like, why like suddenly bring philosophy? It's like yeah, but it's not in court. The court is like just this number here, number. If you have a clear idea and then you try to prove them in no sense based on every judgment bias, like wow, and then like we are in a position of determining, for an example, of what four elements should separate murder from manslaughter, or indeed whether they should be merged in a single offense. Without such an idea, our opinion will inevitably issue from our prejudice rather than our understanding. Without such an idea, our opinion will inevitably issue from our prejudice rather than our understanding. Well, this is good word. What fault elements should separate murder from manslaughter? Murder and manslaughter, or indeed whether they should be merged in a single offense. Murder is like when you speeding in a car and they're super fast and and there's only some random kid jumping. No, yeah, jumping. Crash, they call it crash, bro. Wait, what a murder. Murder is like I walk in a park and then I'm mad and then and I kill people. That murder. What a manslaughter. Manslaughter was like I hit this guy, I identify this guy, I find this guy, and then kill it. That's manslaughter. And then, and then if there is, they call it massacres, and then is that it? Manslaughter. Hey, manslaughter is like the car and then suddenly kill. That manslaughter today. If there's slaughter stuff, I still remember that it's like kind of massacre stuff, something like that. Wrong and loud. That's called learning. So yeah, we did such an idea now. Then it's from our prejudice rather than our understanding. That's I love massacres. Yeah. Is it? Yeah. Yeah. Murder is like this is different. The two. Well, manslaughter. I don't know. Did I know? And you don't pass the hardcore in chapters. Individual offenses. However, in chapter 11 and 17. This is fun. I love, I love this verse of law. It's fun. The element of this offense vary, but they have certain things in common. In particular, they require proof of some proscribed debt on the part of the offender, unaccompanied by any excusing justifying conditions. Together with the sentimental attitude, commonly known as a guilty mind, is this model of liability, conduct, consequences, mental attitude, absence of defense. Wait, whoa. The elements of the offense vary, but they have certain things in common. In a particular, they require proof of some proscribed deed in the part offender, accompanied by excusing or justifying. My English sucks. Conditions together with the silent mental attitude, commonly known as a guilty. Yeah, is my excuse. So like if the word is like, what the fuck is this? I'm gonna read again. And as this model of liability, conduct, consequences, mental attitude, absence of defense. Model liability is a fairly constant throughout criminal law. This separate element and the idea informing the will be explored in chapter 4 then. Before we meet the offense themselves so as to avoid unnecessary duplications, finally in the chapter 18 and 19 we will examine how criminal liability may be insecure without personally executing substantive offense whether by participating in an offense. But when perpetrated by another or by encouraging, assisting, attempting or conspiring to commit a substantive offense. Before tackling this issue, we will in this chapter examine some general issues pertinent to understanding the criminal law and its operations, concentrations in particular on philosophy, working and constitutions of the criminal justice system. What is the criminal law? What is the criminal law? Crimes are characterized and distinguished from other acts of omissions which may give rise to legal proceedings. Like with dance. Dance is implementations of humans through move factor as as mediums. Like what the fuck is I hate this, I hate this. But the prospect of state punishments, it is this later features. Like I'm mocking you lawyers. I mean, like why you crime was illegal activity. Yeah, that's simple. I guess that's thing is to use what is legal activity: killing people, murder people, punching somebody else's head, do cocaine. No, that's everything's illegal. Yeah, nobody cares. And the method of yeah, let's learn like an input output and then just gonna be fucking easiest problem. The conditions and as institutional rules of community morality, the moral threshold at which will intervene and conduct consequences of substance. Deleterious is a good for all vocabulary, but social impact to oblige and then oblige with it like oblige like comply and like that. Is it oblige? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is it permitting the state? That's no oblige, right? And then simply an individual factor taking on the ownership because of the criminal identify against restrict of criminal law. Generally, it is coercive, controlling nature, and its functions as social. The criminal law set the boundary put to our behavior and to the power of the state to coerce and punish us. This afford no clue as the criminal law set boundaries both to our behavior and to the power of the state to coerce and punish us. These are no clues as to any essential internal characteristic of the act or omissions which marks it as criminal. If there are none, there is a requirement even that the prescribed conducts be immoral or antisocial. Parliaments could enact that giving money to the poor or failing to brush one dog was punishable, and no argument or morality would prevent such conduct from being criminal. Hmm. In a sense, then, the rules of criminal law are contingent. The contingency may be the endure. That was amazing, bro. I mean, I heard in a one page and then you writing this way like a universal needed to ensure that a human being treat each other as a human being rather than as object. From another perspective, it may be to rescue the continuity of existing pattern of power. Often, however, the contingency is nothing more than historical accidents, owing little to injury themselves when depravity or class and much more political evidency. Underlying the criminal law. However, a number of ethical principles which seek to restrict its mandate, the American Model Penal Code provide what is probably the nearest thing we have to uncontroversial extension of the proper purpose of the criminal law, namely to forbid and prevent conduct that unjustifiably and excusably inflict or threaten substantial harm to individual or public interest. The subject to public control persons who conduct indicate that they are disposed to commit crime. Uh, this is the new vocabulary mostly. A safeguard conduct that is that the to safeguard conduct that is without fault from condemnations as criminal. Well, I'm not even understand this. Look that to safeguard conduct that I get it. This is without fault from condemnations as criminal. Condemnations as criminal. Condemnations. Oh, condemnations. I like it. I like it. Condemnations as criminal. Safeguard conducts. Yeah. Without fault. But to give a fair warning to the natures of conducts declared to be an offense. Conduct declared to be to give fair warning to give fair of the nature of conducts declared to be an offense. I need Grammarly, bro. Grammarly. I keep fair warning to ensure conduct declared to be offense. I can read. I can say something like that. So like, yeah, keep fair to be an offense. To differentiate, to differentiate on a reasonable ground between serious and minor offense. Ah, yeah. I get it, but like to give fair warning to of the nature of the conduct declared to be an offense, like conduct declared to be an offense. Oh, that's how they're using this kind type of uh, word verb. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ah, yeah. This like just imagine. Yeah, because this is our server, so right now I get it fully. Yeah. These five propositions from, I mean, why using this declare as a choice of word and then of the offensive adventure. These five propositions from the basic. Yeah, I know some loser, but it's you're in court. Yeah, this is my proposition from did did upon the criminal law and its operation without the very legality. These five propositions from basic ethical building block of the criminal law and its operations without the very legality of criminal proscriptions is compromised unless A and C, the relevant conduct disclose moral fault. A person should not be blamed and suffer punishment, whoever shares the consequences. Even A is a fault is disclosed criminal. Criminal consequences should only attend substantial interference with or threat to public to private interest. Severity of sentence should vary according to the seriousness of the offense. Moral distinctions between different kinds of prescribed conduct should be reflected by the reasons of different offense. It should be noted as at this early stage, however, that this statement principle and human as it is felt adequate to account for majority criminal law in operations. A huge number of statutory offences, most notably those related to traffic, environment, and safety, are constituted without proof of fault, with the major public interests are at stake, and the present principle relates that coercions emphasis more our individual responsibility to act conscientiously rather than simply not to act selfishly or wickedly. Paragraph A of the Model Penal Code is like penalties and that is convenient starting point for exploring the scopes of the criminal law. Is a concern itself by preventing conducts which harm or to either public or private interest. It will be helpful to clarify the distinction between public and private interests as they are not conterminous. For example, the criminal law prohibits citizens from killing or even harming each other. It is contrary to the public interest that they should and will usually be contrary also to be private interest for obvious reasons. Again, it is in the public interest that people pay their taxes. The economic and social structures of society depend on it, yet no individual is affected by individual instance of tax evasion. State coercion is justified on the ground of the public interest rather than victimizations of individuals. Why suddenly you jumping on tax evasions? On the other side of the equation, private interest will be offered through the criminal law, but only where the protections of those interests in a matter of public interest and the forefront of interest. I learned it and upgrade my vocabulary. Hopefully, great is that of individual autonomy. The crimes of rape, assault, and theft are example of offense where the defense of individual interest in autonomy is subsumed with the public interest. Obligation the state to take the side of injured party. The major concern of criminal law may be expressed therefore as follow. Uh, a support of public interest in preventing physical injury. This account for the crimes of murder, manslaughter, arsons, and other crimes of violence. Arson. Another crime of violence, also certain road traffic offense, and other relating to public health and safety. Prescribing personal immorality deems injurious to society well-being. This account for the criminalizations of bigamy, incest, sadomasochism, bestiality, and absence drug possessions in supply. Preventing the moral corruptions of the young through crimes such as gross indecency with children or unlawful sexual intercourse. Maintaining the integrity of the state and the administration of justice through crime such as treason, perjury, preventing the course of justice or tax evasions, and maintaining public order and security through offences such as a riot, a fray, breach of the peace, or public drunkenness. Madams, here's the answers. Understanding criminal law is it can be entered in criminal law. Is that it? Maintaining public order and security through offense. So it don't matter offense, don't matter rights, madams. P. The super private interest. Remaining free from understanding physical interference through crimes such as rape, assault, indecent assault, false imprisonments or harassments. Offense through crimes such as indecent exposures, indecency is a public or solicitations, and understanding interference with property through crimes such as theft, robbery, taking and driving away a road vehicle or fraud. How are the criminal law propose discharge? A law enforcement. The criminal law proposed or discharged by the law enforcement and the machinery of the criminal justice generally. This includes both the operational preventions of crime. So what Trump did is basically still in under the law, not totalitarian. Like typically fire policings and also bringing offenders to justice. Procedure vary according to the nature and seriousness of the offense committed. To understand properly the operation of the criminal justice system, it is important to be aware of the general context of the criminal behavior in law enforcement. And only a tiny proportions of crimes, such as criminal proceedings, whatever culminating in convictions or otherwise, estimate of the number of offenses committed that result in convictions are steady at between 2 and 3%. One obvious reason why people may escape justice in this way is that their offenses are not detected. Few offenses come to the attention of the police. The police are heavily dependent on the public. Reporting of offenses. Criminal offenses may not be reported either, as they do not come to the public's attentions. As with many criminal offenses may not be reported. Oh yeah, this one they were flee for the court. As with many crimes, the crimes of the powerful or are not treated as worth police involvement. For example, victims are not disposed to report property. Crime expect to support an insurance claim, or if they have evidence as to who the culprit was. Research show that the victims of domestic violence are particularly allowed to report acts of violence committed by a partner, parent, or surrogate parent. The police also have discretions as to how to react. I said that word introduction. Everything is all about fucking money, like an insurance claim. Yeah, we paid you, but in the future, so not today. He's like, yeah, no punishment. Violence committed by a partner, by a parent, or surrogate parent. Yeah. There's no doesn't a police officers involved. The police also have discretions as to how to react to crimes reported to them. The discretions extend to the decisions whether to investigate. Now we need to whether to investigate or even simply record a reported offense. Clearly, the more serious the offense, the more likely it will be taken seriously. It should be noted, however, that matter than the grade of offense committed have a bearing on how serious it is perceived to be. For example, the decisions whether or how to enforce the law is rarely neutral as to context. Research indicated that discretions is structured by bias. I mean, that was just one example. Yeah, and many in other different from, let's say, nobody care whether they're based on a class, age, race, or gender. This has led to calls for discretions to be exercised in an open and regular fashions. If criminal liability is so much of lottery, it is doubly unfair that success in outcomes should be so heavily determined by culture or economic status. Uh, Radical suggestions. Suggestions is for a non-serious offenses to be diverted altogether from the criminal court. Some offenses already bypass the criminal justice system, for example, minor traffic offenses which carry fixed penalty notice. The Inland Revenue and Department of Social Security have the power to levy a penalty rather than prosecute tax or social credit fraud. This means that prosecutorial discretion is power to structure offense according to the economic status of the offender rather than the seriousness of the harm caused of his culpability. Evidence suggests that criminal justice agencies such as the police are increasingly rely on out of court disposals, such as a fixed penalty notice and cautions. Even for serious core crime, the lack of proper monitoring is such concern that it has resulted in review of such practice by offensives of criminal justice reform. Another is concerning the development. That's why every single police is high school. Another concerning development for the criminal justice system is the anti-social behavior or ASPO. This was introduced by the Crime and Disorder Act 1998 to enable community to protect themselves from anti-social behavior falling short of criminal offense. By mean its fact, or I mean by yeah, you know, smart not talking about the fucking money. It's just if I declare that this guy should be, let's say, travel ban, just to have some sort of this type of money or fraud or something like that in the money laundering, etc., etc., then you were involved. You as a prosecutors, you come to the door, knock, 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 and then you declare Interpol, and in every single in the airport will block them, or they can go fly. That's not illicit corruption, so much standards. It's corruption. Yeah. Did you need PhD? It doesn't need it. So normally it's a cute jeweler. It's a preacher, however, but it will involve the money because it's based on calculations and etc. And the finding of that. Remember, in the top of it, uh, identify the rules to be applied in identify rules to be applied in the case. So yeah, I guess science clerks will give up. Normally, a civil order is a breach, however, a certain criminal penalty. They enable criminal penalty to attach to conducts which is not inherently criminal and alter the rules. And then after that, the money who should auditing everything and then getting the door by the prosecutor and the start motherfucker. If you prosecute this stuff, this matter, will you can't. He said, whoa, whoa, wait, that's not your functions, man. The function was like a rules use, not you rules me. It's like, what's wrong with you? I don't care. If you not listen to me, oh my god, motherfuckers, like. In school, it's like, resident criminals try are not comply with it, given they are used most profitably in area of urban. First level is usually an idiot. The charge again is that. So there's a real thing I meant like, do you know what, police? And it's like this wasting time, and actually, but like, but for fun. I mean, just want to say, don't find police more, no use, motherfuckers. And that's lowering the junior high scores. Anyone willing to do so? Resistance the directive for questions out to you. In order to secure the security, that yeah, this is what they said by themselves in the public that you know what, there's illegal aliens, so I do that, so like Punjinov, yeah. Scared. I don't know me out there. The kids were like, oh my god. The kid not even watching. It's embarrassing it out. It's probably so hot. It's like, not my family. So I'm not. Hope not listen to what I say. This is too much. The price are all compromised. Yeah, Punjinov. uh, uh, if there's a test tomorrow, you wanna score safe, and then you will learn again for a year, and then American did something. Yeah, be a lawyer, and then nice and the stuff academic criminal law. Ignore this various context, but to understand the girls covers themselves into legal consequences. It must be appreciated. It's not the state coercions that be accused to satisfy a relevant offense definitions. It is by no means necessary one. B. Proceeding. The Crown Prosecution Service has the responsibility for the sentencing proceeding. Assessing the weight of evidence, charging antecedents, you 1 kilo. Nice. Yeah, it's a, it's a, it's a criminal, but a cocaine something. It's most like 1 ton. It's like, wow, we made 1 ton water. Yeah, then dissolve in acid. But cheap acid's not that kind of, I mean, cheap acid's like, even not that purified. Yeah, it's kind of purified. It can actually what they 1 ton per like. I said, washing with water out of that shit. Still good, still fucking good, yes. Tried it enough another. So hopefully the hydrogens and the some of them. Then I burn. Oh my god! Like, hey, don't sell it, bro. You did it. School. But you don't want to be billionaire. What's the rules of criminal law? Influence but is now controlled by a court for a crown prosecutor. A simple example of how descriptions may be defeat the logical applications of paper rules arise in connection with charging of the official charge standard governs the exercise of descriptions. There is no necessary connections between the offense actually committed and the charge beyond what is necessary to secure convictions, so that a person who has committed robbery may be charged only with theft. A person who has committed a wounding may be charged only with assault. A person who has committed murder may be charged only with the manslaughter. Undercharging carries a number of benefits. First, it may have evidential advantage. This is super not serious part of my rule. It's easier to prove theft than robbery. Yeah, because that's just, there is evidence in the pockets and that is 20k is in theft. Robbery, like, are you planning? And then when you start thinking that was really like, is it probably it's close like killing and manslaughter or something. Yeah. Second, it may incur a guilty plea. Third, it may enable the case to be heard summarily before lay magistrates rather than on indictment before a judge and jury. The advantage for the prosecution of summary trial is that it is less costly and more efficient. It is also thought to increase to enhance our convictions. It has been eliminated that only 1% of criminal cases undergo trial by jury. This is particularly significant in the context of those serious offenses trample, and the way most of which are tried summarily. The neutral applications of paper rules and disinterested fact-finding opened with criminal justice is a premise does not come so easily in magistrate court. The fact that so little criminal wrongdoing is proved before court of majority leads some to conclude that the substantive study law might be something of an esoteric pursuit, offensive or tribal, and most summarily that is before magistrated on indictments that is in crown court before a judge and jury, or either way that either summary or on indictment or defendant have a right to jury trial in respect of offense tribal. Either way, this right is increasingly questioned by commentators of a number of reasons, most notably the expense of jury trial and complexity of many trial, particularly concerning economic crime. A topical concern is the danger of juror being influenced by information from the internet. Yeah! In a number of recent cases, appeal against convictions have been lodged on the basis of evidence that a juror had engaged in internet research in the course of the trial. The most recent research, however, seems to confirm to the opinions of the vast majority of the legal provisions, at least that the jury system works and is generally an efficient, fair, and effective model of fact finding. In the practice, the vast majority of offenses are heard by magistrate, who, in addition to judging the case aloud as a fact finder, whether heard summary or on indictment, the conduct of the trial is dictated to greater or lesser extent by the rules of evidence and prejudice. So how this will be examined in outline now. To aid comprehensions, they will be considered in the context of a jury, a trial, or typical offense, with the writer that such an offense tribal. The way will, however, rarely be tried here. See trial. The formal accusations made against the defendant is the form of the indictment or where materials is tried summarily before magistrates and informations. This contain a statement of the offense, particularly of the offense charge. Those and indictments of burglary will adopt the following form. John Smith, Adam Smith, these charges follow. Statements on offense, burglary, contrary to sections 1B Theft Act 1968. Particular, John Smith on the 1st September 1998, having entered a building known as Buckingham Palace as a trespasser, stolen there one cushion. Huh? I learned you kill. Huh? One providing kill. The job of the prosecutor will be not far away. So like yeah, we to provide all the elements of burglary as it is crime in a particular offense. These include the elements of the type comprehended by the word stole. Theft is defined as an dishonest appropriation of property belonging to another with the intentions or permanently driving the other of it. What the fuck? The purpose of the trial will be to establish that these elements are present with involved particular determinations, e.g. what does appropriations meant, and factual determinations, e.g. did John Smith do the appropriatings. The burden of providing all the elements of the offense lies with the prosecutions. They will require to prove that And there was a taking appropriations of cushions. Taking was by John Smith. The cushions belonged to someone other than John Smith. The taking was dishonest, and the taking was intended primarily to deprive the owner of it. The owner of it. The burden is persuading the jury or magistrate to withdraw summary of the accused's guilt extent beyond providing the elements of the offense of include the burden of disproving a defense for which the defendant adduced evidence include the meaning of defense in this context. Originally, defense such a duress. I hear some very good duress. Yeah, yeah, duress. Yeah, remember duress. Duress, provocations or self-defense, and defense arising out of the structures of the offense charge. Thus, if the defendant adduce evidence of the fact that he was cursed or that the cushion was his own, and has therefore not dishonest, and is for the prosecutions to persuade the jury that his story is untrue. It should be noted that defense that only be raised by the adducing of evidence by the defendant. I cannot be done simply by meaning of pleadings. The prosecution does not have to disprove every cock and bull story, but the devil might rise. John Smith will have to do something more than claim that he thought the cushion was his own. If he does not do so, the jury will be entitled to assume that he simply tried it on and that the circumstantial evidence raised by the prosecution is strong enough to for convictions. This requires him to adduce some evidence sufficient to put a doubt in the jury a mind that he may have had this belief. For example, he might be able to raise evidence that he had put a cushion with him and had mislaid it. If this evidence is credible, it does not have to be overwhelming. The judge must direct to the jury that the prosecution should not prove the elements of dishonest unless they persuade them to disbelieve that accused's story. Yeah. I can say it there, really. I was thinking burden of proof. Evidential burdens of persuasion. So, no. And the both accounts make it clear that there are two burdens on parties in a criminal trial. An evident burden is the initial requirement that the prosecution always and the defense sometimes must raise sufficient evidence to substantiate the reasonable possibility that particular element which they wish to rely on may be true. If they close to the prosecutors and then the speakers and it's nice. Wow. I need to break. I really want an hour, bro. I truly want to sleep, but can't sleep. 34 a.m. A prescription case in a failed charge evidence element of the charge. The difference in no case to ensure. Success with such submissions means acquittals without the need for the defense or rise evidence on its own. Thus, it's particularly simple to prove that John Smith entered the place as a trespasser can induce no evidence. Don't even fucking sound like that. Presumptions of innocence persuading the jury, it's basically its introductions to the jury, then blah 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 in the chart and the jury, and then if you would call it's probably just highlighting in this that the meaning and then is the example that thing. Judge and jury, what is judge jury, what and then what judge do in here. Well, okay, fasters, yeah, like yeah, they're like, where do the rules of crime law come from? Come from God. Yeah, yeah. Do you think that the old barbarian, nobody cares long? Why kill you? You kill me. We kill each other, and then we still, yeah, yes. And this is human start zero sum game, zero sum games, and then the first law is come from God. The real criminal claw like what you gotta come like it's agreeable. It's uh agree. What was that when social agree like mutual agreement, court of because consent between each other. So that yeah, they start made agreement. If you start killing my shits and I will try to threaten you, you selling leaders. I know you were lazy and that you're not, but I need your food. It's like it's some sort of food. You were good this food, but I provide you beef and it's like, mm, nice. And don't touch my girl. And okay, and they start like, yeah, that is criminal law from God. From God first, bro. I mean, like this barbarian, some barbarian price can be like, holy God. If not, this is like killing each other till the end. History, common law, common law, like that. Historical perspective. In the 19th century, criminal law was almost entirely common law. There is a judge made included among of inventory of common law crimes where murder, manslaughter, rape, yes, blah 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 blah. From God, bro. Because why? Here's the thing: if you're watching the history in China, because let's say they were predating the old one, and then the king was like, you know, and then mostly the law was given by the king. Wow, fuck! You changed everything. He's like, huh? And the king sound like, when let the what that this way bro which part are you? And then like damn the whole family being cut off. And I don't know in in Egypt, but it is mostly the challenging God. They already know the concept of God even in Egypt. Well, those king probably just moon some star or whatever, some that meticulously and you know, from God. The first law come from God. Like, ooh, and it's like rain, and then like, ooh, yeah. You call it nature, then nature is the Rican perspective, and then somebody will believe that, and then like, don't touch this, and the modern perspective, Yeah, blah blah. Judicial creativity, the impact of precedents. Since lawmaking power remain issues from the system of precedents, the trial court, crown court, and magistrate court do not send precedents to by convictions. For instance, decisions at crown court are persuasive authority. Therefore, no ruling made by the judge in the case of R.V. John Smith will take effect as law. The plenary court will be effect. I know the word, but I can't remember. Like, yeah. And this is blah blah blah. But yeah, next. Who's it? Human right? Sadomasochism. ECHR. ECHR. The tensions underlying judicial decisions making. The tensions underlying judicial decision making. It is difficult to discern any consistent framework to account for the divergence them. Just blah 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 blah. Yeah, that what's next? Decision. B. Statute law. Statute. Interrelationships of statute and a common law. Example like statute, FIFA statute. They have a law to interrelational statute and common law. The overall structure of criminal law has been created by common law. The major criminal offenses are now statute based. These events may be the origins creation of statute prior common law offenses. Various elements have the blah blah. The principle of legality, and then interpreting criminal statute. The principle of restriction. Oh my god, I hate socialists. Because this always like this and then this and like what the fuck is it? For the principle of strict construction is purposive approach to statutory interpretations. Fair warning and social protections. Yeah, the president don't have an idea. The principle of strict constructions, strict and constructs. The criminal statute should be interpreted strictly so as to minimize any penal effect. Propose the approach of statute, like it's like the and this is what like learning from the bill like this, what you try to make, and then so yeah, how that which part that will pay fee, like I mean, let's say even an alien fee, sanctuary fee, and then blah 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 fee, and users, right? Like it's philosophy. It's history. This is history. See European Union law. European law, UK law. That is the European Conventions of Human Rights, and has a air and CSR, European Conventions of Human Rights, UNHR, kind of like the union, the world. The Human Rights Act of 1998, conversations, and then the record, blah 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 blah. A logic internationally in criminal law and internationally criminal law. Codification, such materials are Max Weber, different Weber, Losley character. There is a Max Weber too, but in like flora and fauna stuff like that. So, according to the degree system, rationally they enjoy. Yeah, blah blah. The draft criminal code. Introductions, decisions to criminalize. Principal idea informed decisions to criminalize autonomy. The harm principle is actually not harming, but like, what is harm? Harm's like, that's harm, and there is a meal. Should you ever describe it's a follow the state interference with a citizen's behavior tend to be morally justified when it's reasonably necessary to prevent harm or the unreasonable risk of harm parties rather than the person interfere with more concisely the need to prevent harm private or public to parties other than actors it's always an appropriate reason for legal coercions. Like weird, like what I said in prompt two when I said like basically like is this like a dance? Like what is dance? Dance and implementation human soul from move factors and move factors and like so you stuff as a media like what what like so expressions of your soul, expressions is expressing stuff like the fuck, and what are musics? Music was implementations of human behavior from the long period of custom. And start made of fucking notations, and then it's something that's up and down from something that whistling, and then have a tone into neat, and then it become harmonies. Like the fuck was that? But only me was laughing because like you still don't understand that, and then the way like the fuck this motherfucker like that. Tomorrow we'll learn physics. I don't think so. There's literally this one. The harm principle is influence on criminal doctrine, welfare offenses, crimes, alternative notations of autonomy, enforcing morality. Law and morality have a number of things in common. Most particularly, they both serve to lay down standard and behavior norms for the observance of society member. Criminal law even tends to reflect the form of which moral injunctions are encountered, namely a prohibitions or thou shalt not. If we go beyond traditional crimes such as murder and theft, the actual contents of criminal law is only marginally concerned with upholding and enforcing community value per se. And then law, morality, and norms have quite common. So like, oh my god. And then like some yips. And as we have seen, for example, I'm not mocking you. I'm not mocking you. This is fun actually. Yeah, I'm wasting money. This improvement. The products you could in linguistics. So yeah, that not depend on my my vocabulary sucks. Uh, my grammar sucks. So, but it's functions. it's it functions fast, and then like yeah, and the next topics, next topics. Yeah. Different set. Liberal objections enforcement of morality. Not the fast, just concise was better. You know. Is there a meaningful difference between legislation to enforce morality and legislator to prevent harm? Well, like difference between legislating to enforce morality and then legislating to prevent harm. Enforcing morality is like this: if you drink, drink with the right hand. There's like drink with left hand is morality incorrect, and prevent harm was like, if you drink with the right hand, don't forget it's a water inside the glass. Yeah, there's preventing harms. Like, no wonder you put in the ends towards or something that harmful thing. If there's a shiny and there's legislating to prevent. So every uh, let's say a team pro and then let's if there's a shiny thing in the backyard and then smell weird, don't touch it. It might be a that lit be and something to know something. Or, let's see. Despite widespread concerns that criminal law should not take side on the questions of personal morality, the House of Lords in landmark decisions affirmed by a majority the person the role of the criminal law in enforcing morality. In R.V. Brown, the questions to be decided was whether consensual sadomasochism was lawful by virtue of the participant consent or unlawful upon the ground that it involved act accredited to violence. To be read that because like they have continuous story. So yeah, the minority implicit exploring GS Mile took the few principal approach. Yeah, look at that. The way they run it, like Noah Chomsky is like this year's persons. Visiting Epstein Island, nice. Principal approach is cheap. Yeah, Noah Chomsky visiting Epstein Island. None of you know that. So that day, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Suddenly, hey, where's the motherfuckers? And then Noah Chomsky is like, I read to reading his books and I wanted him to this. So yeah, bro, his party this is like party. No Chomsky party. Prince principal approaches to the enforcement. Basically, the Thailand, but in an American lens. And you want to know about the Epstein Island. Yeah, because the clues like they were there mid get shows. And I what? Basically, that was like American old, and then like in 1970s or 1960s. Some over, yeah, and 1980s probably, and then suddenly import in and how everything whole Thailand. So I don't lie. That was in the whole Thailand. The whole Thailand, bro. That entertainment has become franchise. That's why to talk. It's a more different approach on this huge and approach on moral. And then there me get so if you some of there's a what was that? Boxings, but me get there's some more cruise that some people say. I've never watched it before, and then I just get informations from when I at school like we did holiday bros, I don't get a free holidays, we're on holiday in Thailand and then oh boy that damn that was wild, bro. And there's a club and there are Mitch Gat and then like start doing fucking wild, and then we watching it. It's not only me. So some of Muslim watching it too. So they're like it's a crazy cross show, and then like they were, and then the last show, like they were fucking in a states like what the fuck, and then not only that they just naturally do and then it's like there's there, and then like just watching it. Hey, what the fuck, and then they just enjoying that show, and I don't know. And getting fight at the states, and they start like, yeah, this type outdoor stuff in Thailand. So how do you get a ticket in Thailand? So I'm selling cements and like so every time entering the quota or something like that, get free tickets or something, free ticket. It's not random, so they just have a quota to sell. So distributors to distributor. So Epstein Island, nothing new in distributor cancer. I mean, not only hotels managers know that type of show. So if you're totally using the Trump from me, motherfucker Trump, don't lie to me. I know the story. So, so like, can you start talking? His part is more this entertainment place that really super fucking hilarious to watch. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's a different. If there's another port, let's say this the Black Islands, they are different. I guess they're for more meaning mean. And then this one, there's like Chomsky, and then who's that? The guy that uh Hawkins, and Hawkins they love show the mid kid show this. There's chocolate. I don't know. It's a randomly excellence. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just assume that do you have a show on that? And it's like, what's wrong with this mid cat? This why it's like you do is like stressed. They made a show in some rural area. That boxing with Canada is like WW Smackdowns and health. Horror, probably not in the hell of like the normal number hits or like that. Quarter of Rey Mysterio, right? Oh my god. Assume it's real, so like they pop. Yeah, in the next there was a word like the mid cat show, so yeah. And then how can like see this? Oh my god. It's fucking awful. I don't know. I don't know. So I remember watching this. The show is like spectacular, is not. I don't know. Yeah. It's super entertainment, and that's why if you want to talk about the black the company is you should ask a lot because it's because you're never there. So I'm never there, so I don't know. So yeah. I guess Epstein's more organized because like many people goes there, so like they're more organized. It's more fun. So I don't know. Me get theater. No, I know, bro. Me get theater. I think some of American theaters is gross too. This is worse. This mid get in. So yeah, it's not about kind of you. It's like why? I mean, if if it's you're not, and then kind of then I'm not gonna dance. And it's like no one knows you're ton of bacteria, and it's like yeah. I mean yeah, that's. If there's me get sugar, like this good, like yeah, I'm gonna come visit you many times, but the problem is dies like, so I can asking him, would you show this here? Thailand. Like, I believe it shows. Like, originally you go to Thailand, it's like, and then everyone knows you, and then like, here's the show. Same. Like, you imported it from this. Oh, they have a different. They have a different look meat cat. So when there's a Russian half meat cat, and then, it's super famous in America, they keep inviting them. So like, yeah, everyone loves meat kids. Don't believe it. Tyson's kids seems like it's like, you fucking like kids and I'm muscular morons. Not me. Like why? I guess yeah. I guess yeah. There's nothing that super scary or something like that. I don't think so. Why? What for? Gonna run. Let's say in public when you watch it at the place. It's full you to that at this place like no more. It's like enjoying the shows are better. It's like meet cat shows. Like, I'm not gonna meet it. Yeah, it's like not me. It's like why? It's like, meet cat show. Anyone want to come to my podcast and start questioning you, but don't lie. Just tell the truth. Funny. Gonna be the truth. As you like gonna be yeah. It's not me the judge, but the public's gonna be the judge. So yeah, it's just meet cat show. Cause here's the thing, people like him, and then and then the face like that. It's impossible to crazy stuff like. Yeah, I mean, it's negotiable. I mean, I believe it's still negotiable. Still negotiable. If they were meaningful, like let's say accent something like that, and then he just ship his head on that, and then the ball is sign. That's gonna be hard. It's gonna be. He was so mean, and they're like, "No, I need money." They're like, "Yeah," yeah. But like quarter, and it's like, it's, it's, no, no, Reverend. It's like, no, bro, not gonna call you Reverend. No, Teresa. Yeah, damn it, gets show. When you spend thing. Let's go. Let's someday you will come with me in Thailand because I'm not famous. So like, let's go. I want to watch it too. Probably Las Vegas there's a ton, but it's like to shine the land. No, and again, then who's there? What I want to know too. Did you gonna fuck shit in Las Vegas? I don't believe so. Yeah, it's the same. Then you're gonna have since an island, the same. I really want to know what Elon wants in this fucking place. And I'm probably more cruise, yeah. But it's entertainment, like. Nothing, something to be hide. Oh, lie would for her lie to you would for. Yeah, would for. I guess only that because like the because it's uh when he described it, it's fucking funny, bro. I mean, like there's ping pong ball and a pussy, and then suddenly pussy, and then it's like it's like school and the sound of there is a girl that having hijabs, and then they're watching it, and they're like, what the fuck is this? Like, what's wrong with you? There is a famous that everybody goes to talents and they're like trying to watch the shows and probably meet cat shows and like yeah, and then the last final show is like a little bit gross and then like that a dude to meet cat and then a fuck an adult girl and then he said yeah no me I'm poor to go to Thailand so lucky me I'm not watching that so like, yeah in some certain forum and then yeah, I don't ask him. Stands right, not me. That's version. I didn't know why he explained it to me, and then like, cause he bring my shirt, and then he was telling me, and then he's like, I go to the backstage, and then like, damn, then it's like, oh, is it like, yeah, you didn't, yeah, is it just get out of the desert, fucking innocence, like. You fucking nothing. You do fucking nothing. Trust me. It's like just watching show. It's like you sit down on the stage and then and it's like two lap dance row and then like get it backstage. He just took the shirt and then take the shirt back. Then they go get out and then drink beer and some beers and it's advertising, bro. I'm not gonna say that this place is so like yeah. And there's a famous cafe. Yeah, everyone knows when I say that cafes and in a place like that, is that owned by tribes, American tribes, really famous, and then they have specific housings for their tribes. Yeah, I mean Hard Rock Cafe, yeah. And then he's just visiting that place and had a coffee, and then like, I don't care, I don't want to hold him. It's like, and this is probably still talking about that. That was White Jover, isn't it? Yeah, so the question was, did Elon get a lap dance? If a guy like Elon, probably, yeah, he'd take it. But like shy people, it's impossible, isn't it? If you're probably like, go, bro, go, something, you know, so like, you have kind of cheerleaders that will do that sound certain things like, why not me? Like, let's go, you, bro, it's you, isn't it? So did Epstein evil? Just Thailand merchants. So like yeah, next in move. I can't do many. It's gonna be like, is that it? I'm so person the question. But that's my defense for everyone. Yeah, particularly for for everyone. It's Plan of Flag. Defending Plan of Flag. So kind of people like Plan of Flag already fuck Chilo. Not gonna fuck anyone in this place. So yeah. So what do you think about a pedo was wrong? It's a mid cat. It's like mid cat. Like what? It's no one interested with a kids, bro. Particular criteria are painting the existence to criminalize the threshold of seriousness. Agreeing wrong. Your dick was not gonna be hard when you're watching a kid. Yeah, right. As a full quotations and central. It's just yeah, yeah, bit of flax. So bit of flax. Would you do that, please? This is to do the play with meat can. The meat can's not only the dudes but the girls, like you again. Is that it? So you're in the States? That's enough. I didn't know what or just visiting Epstein Islands, then it's watching a show. It's a show community, or just like rituals, drink blood, and something like that, or just like I don't want to know. Yes, yeah, for some limiting criteria. So mid get not funny anymore, according to him, probably. I mean, mid get punching each other is not fucking funny. He's like, I think it's only my prayer. Nobody cares. Punishments, introductions, punishment in liberal state, and theory or punishment. If me go there, and then there is pen of flags and pen of flags, and then I'm not gonna fucking at me with the pen of flags and this ban you do that bans and 10% of forced pen of flag get lap dance in the states, and yeah, instead of in the week probably gonna listen to after that bullshit motherfucker. I'm fucking kidding with you. Yeah, probably something like that. Too much. But I'm like, next time Thailand ban of flags. He's like, oh, about it. Next time Thailand. I mean, baited, yeah. I mean, yeah. Don't know about it. Retributive theory. So, but wherever you are, just that's the story. So just don't go there or something. It's a cruise. Trust me, cruise. There's don't fucking entertain us. Downhill, a mountain bike, crank work, build a car, build a rocket. That's just like yeah, there's some mentally do. Uh, full apartments like that, or building tractors. They're watching me get like the why. uh, Farming, probably gardening. That was an activity. Gardening would be great for recent theory. Yeah. Didn't you know they were entering losers? That was a loser activity. Every single kid in SF, I believe 100%, they already go there, kind of MC Island, but in Thailand, yeah. It's like close. What the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck? Why did do that? And then take a picture with a dude, have a boobs. Yeah, that was weird. It's an expressions of censor, because like it's like it's too fucking shy, and they're like, fuck, it's embarrassing, or so like he's just shut the fuck up. It's embarrassing. I'm gonna say that in public. What I see, having a problem. No one is like getting trapped. Like, what you think of that? Like, good people like, oh my god, nice school, high school. Utilitarianism in general. Terrorism is identifying political economic terrible theory. Partial Johnson's defective. If it's from literally business, like a massage, spa, sauna, in the hotels, and then yeah, cause like no one willing to be. If I'm dude, I'm not gonna be like massage by a dude like a fucking person. You know, I don't do massage. I just go back home. To like do fucking most. No, I'm not never good at hotels. Like don't have money. But every single rumor that in the public like that, they were they were imported from China, mostly from China, bro. Mostly from China, and then just like some of Asian, but like they were differentiated. Look like Japanese, and then look like Chinese, and they have differentiated. Yeah, and then they were imported from one to another places, moving humans' body. So trafficking is real, and then still that is still. They're moving from China. There's a lot from China. And some of the nations they're from China. It's scary. They're moving, so and then be greeting that you were hot as shit, you hot you shit and shit, you go to streets, and then you hot like VIP, VIP, like not like who goes to know I've seen it, probably. I don't know, but probably if you call the MC and Trump, or like, Trump, can you find me VIP? Like, yeah, just give me a date or what type or something like that. They can do specific, like, is there to know what they, like, yeah. So if you use importers, that's, I don't know how they move in it, but that's the documents. Yeah, that's from old business, mostly hotel doing that. So yeah, and it's illegal, bro. So don't do that. Uh, like an Epstein to make it a mid get set show in America. And then what the fuck? So so real, don't sell your body, don't show your nipples, and cover it up. So, don't show it in public. What for? Don't do that. Be a good person. Don't be good persons. Don't be like them. Yeah. But Trump is okay if I talk about this. Like, it's gonna be like, you fucking toy, and then nobody cares. No. That's how they're living. So here's the thing: how to racings hotel revenue without that. Galliard shows and that before. Do you think these New Yorkers that always put an art appliance, do you think that they honestly doesn't have time those kind of thing? It's not at all, yeah. I mean, like, why? Like, I'm go here and then watching some Mona Lisa pictures. Like, what for, bro? Yeah, if not based on functions, it's in a hotel functions. Yeah, based on those happy stuff. And then, yeah, not only that, they provide you cocaine, drugs, and etc. etc. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's I don't know his name, but he's always put a picture, paint, art, something like that, and then displayed it in his hotel. It look creepy, isn't it? If you like it, something like. But that's the way they say this make his hotel unique. So but how much are visiting? Yeah, it's only that's only way only that only that. It's entertainment. This Epstein had a hotel, so they know each other from a long time ago, and a hotel in America will be different than hotel in some world. In a third word that's not famous artists maybe been used, not famous word, but from the dark secrets word, like let's say you have a big baby in the popular TV sometimes, yeah. They maybe have a price if you want to try to fuck them. Who is that? Because it happened in our country, they getting caught and then like getting and then yeah, the not only reward the fact that it spread. Uh, since training, probably they have a price if you want to translate to her. Yeah, to know, yeah, but to know how much. So don't sell your body, girl. It's horrific, stupid, and it's stupid. So it's happened. It's happened in Indonesia. The Northeast, not famous, not that famous, but ever pop up with one of two FTV or I mean movie TVs, TV movie, and it's just like that. And then yeah, alright, yeah, it's nothing. Always like that. It's from from TV shit. Hotel shit. So hotel and TV dinner is there's if you pay it on TV, it goes to hotel too. So yeah, so don't pay them, let it be. You want to spread the word, spread it, motherfucker. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. You should be something like that. You should be strong. Something like that. They they always like that because you're innocent persons easily to be like, I don't even touch it. And this start like this you fish in those places. So yeah, they try to put you around, and that's always that and a horrible thing about them. Yeah, mostly shit like that. Ew. Company than a third, looking for. Uh, you don't believe me? Call City Training. City Training. How much at night? I'm just so you're being happy it's being watching TV. That's your mental. You have mental. You're mental. That's why when let's say who that thing. Uh, Current 11 getting called by Elon Musk. Yeah, how much? And so they're gonna come by and then fuck him. So then devastating by 30. Oh no, and in hotel or in apartment. Because like hotel, apartment, same building. So fuck this. Yeah. By the targeted political modified thing that took the life or from. So don't show your boobies, moron. I think you were dumb, so not don't do that. So cover up your body. Cover your body. They're gonna keep disrespecting you in a craziest way until like fuck it, and then that you fall in their traps. You go psyops until fucking die, but some it's still stupid. Not understanding the way they play. If they're a lot, they're loud, and then that's how they do. So yeah, don't do that again to innocent persons. Trauma and it is. Yeah, don't do that again. No, no, because like it might be applied. It's, hopefully not. So yeah, I'm not trying to do threat to you. So hopefully it change the behavior of everyone change, and because that's why they try to concentrate it this plan. So hopefully if somebody mad, so yeah, hopefully it's like that. That was the fanciest localizations I ever watched. Close, close. The southern of southern California, northern of northwestern of California. So don't do that. But since just trying to differentiate it, whatever is it American than the regular American, so this mostly don't interest in this type of thing, bro. Which is like what for, and then mostly they don't care. And probably some people is like 2K and playing, and then they go back and broken again. More if you 2K and play, and then some will become NPC in this place. Oh my god, that's novel. Fucking fucking awful. So when Trump stopped these things, and kind of that thing, it's a bitter die to like an Einstein, and then the black die, the black kids, I don't know what his name, kill it bitter. Not important, no useful. Put an acid, like somebody come out of nowhere, or something. I guess somebody was get out from this, and the bed of acid dissolves it, and then entering, you can, yeah. A moron. Fucking annoying. They think I'm a kid and like it. I don't know this sort of stuff. I just don't at all. Like it's embarrassing. Embarrassing for them to try to change. Yeah, right now here's the thing. American president selling whore, and then meet with a prince, and that literally I'm a good person. Is like that. Yeah, they're never watching porn. Listen, they're like, what the fuck is this? And they start talking fucking. It's not that fucking funny. Life is fucking hilarious. So just enjoy the kid. Don't be stressful. Don't be stressful. I guess only that I can say. And don't be evil. Don't be evil. There's somebody actually more evil than you, but don't even show that they were an evil. Yeah. Oh, hey, hey. Can be. Oh, hey. How to make it fit? Oh. Yeah, it can be zoomed in the background somewhere. Yeah. Amazing, isn't it? Yeah, so this thing can be not gonna be popping up. Not very again. Say it later. It's embarrassing, right? I already seen embarrassing. So I hate it the way I like punch them in the head, punch them in the head. The laugh killed the CEO of United Healthcare, killed two Israeli ambassadors staffer. Attempt to assassinate the president's lie. This is doxes and attempt to murder realize bullshit. It's lie. The far left is mercilessly violent. Lie. Just, just don't defend. Yeah. Let me verify. You losers. Don't defend it. If you feel like this, you look like stupid like that. The far left is merciless violence. Well, if you learn the law, the burden of proof should be the left. Look at that. This well, that. You know that everyone have motive in politics. That super weird. Yeah, motive in politics is super rare, moron. I never hear the case that it's yeah, super rare. I'm never watching based on ideology, just Nazi and Mussolini probably, and then based on ideology, what's your name? Uh, Iranians, and then Zion. Not only that, the rest is nobody right here. There's no, yeah, but if you killers, man, I love you killers. Uh, no, yeah, only that. Did somebody prove it that they were come from the left? No. Are you sure that the bot that is cheerleading the killing from the left? I don't think so. Are you sure how you identify them as a left? No one knows. You prove it. Let's say I will see you ever see this in the public. What again? Saying it. Yeah, loud. Did I see in a laugh? No. I was just saying in a public space. She defending the Democrat, the value of Democrat was not in the laugh. They were in the middles of democracy, so blah blah blah. So did they were in the laugh? They were in the laugh. So what is a laugh? Do you know that was weird. So yeah, put them bad in acids as a consequence. This was better rather than made them walking around in earth. Yeah, that was wrong. Shooting stuff. Here's the thing: you don't start again. Regenerate when you start make a fake shot like that, and then kill somebody else. Don't do that. Don't fucking do that. It's not you, it's somebody else, and it is over you say that in the public to know. Basically, that if you don't because there's motherfucker from that motherfucker. Yeah. And then probably they were like, you know, if you're not saying that, I'm gonna show the pictures of the video you fucks. Mm. Woo, that shit. Current 11s, or something. Current 11s. With a popular is again, or something like that is equal inevitable. Yeah, the degree of the sins was, let's say, because you not spread it, it's not you, but it's them. And then if it's just, let's say it, I don't know, something like that, is God will punish them. Just curse them, just make sure, because it's not you intentionally, the popular or just made a pornographic stuff and then selling it. What was that? Porn hubs or something like that. It's just telling them, I curse all of you. Just that's it. Nobody fucking care. Nobody fucking care. But after that, don't repeat it and don't do any stupid stuff again. And then don't repeat it in a stupid stuff in this kind of stupid activity that that involves stupid activity. If you're getting trapped, it's their fault. So just don't sell yourself. This finally stunts and cover your boobies. Cover your boobies. Okay, please don't sell yourself. Don't fucking sell yourself. Money is paper, moron. So create value or be entering commodity, not your body as commodity. But farming, selling berries, selling strawberries, selling something like that. That's more important. Selling bikini, you're gonna start living like an Epstein. You know that. Don't do that. So don't selling bikini, selling something else that moderate. You're selling bikini, you just don't put some is a random what it goes, models like that. Mannequin put it doesn't want to put it doesn't care and then for it. Yeah, basically you start created and then like living like an Epstein. That's wrong as humankind. Your morality corrupts without you realizing it. So yeah, don't do that. Farming was happy. And then Melissa Hortman is dead as a result of politically motivated assassinations. Uh, it's a made up this one. It's a mad lawmaker. They try to blame it. Everything is in a laugh. I don't believe it, so. Don't believe so. Too many Pringles you get. Nobody fucking care. Too many Pringles. If the healthcare are evil, this the CEO will be died a long time ago. The CEO of let's say, nah, not that way. It's made up. If you still have a fucking problem, come by, face to face. Don't be like a bitch. Wherever you are, bring a thing if you're scared. If you have a gun, like playing like a dick, what the fuck is that? And you think fucking amazing on that? So nobody fucking get along with your jab. So you repent and everyone repent, and not put everyone in danger. And they start like try to destroying everyone. What the fuck was that? It's destructive. What you do is destructive, and then you're not even inventing stuff. Like the fuck is that? Why am I to losers alone again? Ah, I'm not trying to blame. Is every regime is the same? It already happened before, and then it became it's called the idea to controlling until its fall. The regime would fall. Yeah, the Lahud came in this thing, and they start catching. They literally trap it. So there's some of politicians calling hooker the researchers and then the way they and then in hotel they call police and then the police would make take picture of trucks and then they put it something like that. That Luhut game, yeah, that Luhut game, nothing new. What you do and super not important. So like you're not using. There's many hookers Australia that the coast MLM era and they're still alive today and they start moving the bits from one place to another place. Yeah, that's MLM too. Yeah, it's always it's your who which one. And those hookers know the body in Jordan, and the body Jordans know who shit on that. Involve many persons in this place. Basically, from entertainment knows this stuff. So yeah, as a child, yes, you doing that, motherfucker. So remember my name. Haunted you. Nope. I mean, yeah, what I know, I just can't curse because I still in here. I don't body care, but at least it's become lame. Become lame. I know you're gonna use you call your fans, your friends, and uh, psychologists, and they're gonna start saying, "Who is bitter?" Yeah, 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 yeah. At least I'm not paying somebody to defend myself. I mean, to defend me, and I'm not ganging up somebody else with my power. And if I wanna say it myself in the publics. So if somebody has hit me, it only hit me. But you try to track it everyone around me, whoever you are in America and in this stupid Indonesia, and then you keep like, this is justice my ass, and if you wanna pop up here, punch me, let's go. One by one, nobody care if you're fucking Tyson's compliant ones. Cause you a lot, I just declare right now, just using stick. I don't have stick baseball, bro. If I had stick baseball, like, amazing. Will it be great? You can just gun, baby. Just but at least give me stick baseball. I'm at least like, you know, 1, 2 down throwing, and hopefully something like that. Yeah, nothing cool would you do? So it sucks, and no mercy. I mean, if you claim keep prolonging the game, and they're not willing to stop it, because only you get a good sleep. Well, I've never get a good sleep. Just try to sleep by the way. And then and your clubs already call me crazy too. But hey, why is still like bothering me? Bothering my days. What for? And then not fun at all. Like yeah. Uh, do you wanna know the truth? Biden was innocent.